Yo, good God, man. Paul Summers here with a video on how to swap out your pedal board, like build it basically. Not a builder. My first time really doing this. People could share their advice and their experiences. All right, so first of all, this is my RC300. This is like the main part of what I do. What I did is I took each of my connections and labeled the chords so I would know what chord's going to go where. Basically, my setup here is the RC300 is fed by my pedals. Don't be jealous. I got a lot of pedals. I really love making ambient, atmospheric, healing frequencies. This row up here is the left side, and then this row here is the right side. So I've got it separated in stereo by pedals. Some of the effects are somewhat similar, but they're not exactly similar, which I think creates a nice aesthetic. Here is my DI box, basically. So I've got a lot of control here, and I've got two inputs on the tone bone. So I got the two guitars can be plugged in at all times, and then I just switch between them. I do have the potential for a loop. I have an out here, which I'm using as what becomes the left side. And I have an out here, which becomes the right side. And then everything goes, like I said, to the RC300. And then from the RC300, it goes to my little mixing board. I got this nice little mixing board. And then from there, it goes to this cool little power unit that I found. It's like a little power amp, and it lights up real nice. And then that feeds these speakers. I can either do these speakers or studio monitors for the applications that I use it in, or because through the board, I can go out into a larger board. So I've really set this up for a lot of different potential uses. Anything from small room to yoga studio to a festival, which I plan on doing at some point with this music that I create, which is 528 hertz healing frequencies with lo-fi beats. And we'll get to that maybe in a different video, but okay, so here's where I'm starting. So I'm trying this one-handed. One of the things as I'm going through this, some of my pedals didn't have any Velcro on them. Some of them that I bought from regular owners, they're kind of dirty. So one thing that I found that works great is nail polish remover. So pour some of that on a rag. And I would not suggest oh my God, smelling it for any length of time. That's a bit rough. Usually it will, I don't know if I can hold this and show you at the same time. So I got it pretty good. There was a lot of crap on there, pubic hair and crap like that, dog hairs. I actually had to use a razor blade, so I scratched it just a little bit. So be careful. And then here is the Velcro I stuck on. I buy like a sheet of Velcro. And so there it is on there. I cut around the holes for the screws in case I need to get in the box. One thing I wanted to make note of is as I'm cleaning these things off, the settings are getting changed. I took a picture of the entire setup ahead of time, and I can just use that as a reference. All right, so continuing on as I'm going through. So I kind of have this road done. Well, sort of. Part of what I haven't done before is had this type of pedal board where it's got the slats in it, and just like how to run the chords underneath. I did go through and mark the power chords so I would know which one is which. Sorry about the focus there. Trust me. So that says Canyon on it. But what's going to eventually happen is why I wanted to set these down first and get these Velcroed in first, is because then I'm going to be lifting this up and going underneath and probably either tipping it on its side or tipping it upside down, and then getting all the cords down, because I also have to, I have two power supplies too, and we'll get to those and how those are going to be Velcroed to this. A quick look from the back side. So I got the first row in. That's the front row. I set this back kind of to make space, but also just to where my foot would go. Okay. So added Velcro to more of my pedals here. And then this will go about here. And I'm just offsetting some of them so my foot don't get confused. But this is the back side, and so I still got to do my power source and my other power source and the extension cords, and figuring that out as I go. Okay, so as of right now, I have everything Velcroed down, including the power source there and the power source there. And I'll lift this up. Okay, now there's a lot of wires hanging and I want to fix that. But I also want to make it so that I can take this pedal board off of the little base unit that I made without having to plug a lot of stuff in, and I got to figure out how to do that. So that's my next step. All right, next thing that I'm doing here, it'll make sense in a minute. What I did is I wrapped all these cables pretty tight, and then I'm gonna Velcro the board down. So I'm laying down my Velcro. I'm not gonna Velcro the RC300 right here. That's gonna have its own case. But I will Velcro a wah pedal right here. All right, so this is the final product. Okay, now this is Velcro down. The little board back there is Velcro down. Let's see if I can, okay, that's Velcro down. Sorry if this, and then I also Velcroed down the power supplies. So those are Velcroed down. So when I take this upper layer off, I do not have an issue with cords falling away. Also, the RC300, it's kind of a heavy unit, so I did not Velcro that down. That has got its own case and everything, and then here's the back side. And I will lift this up. Power supply. There's the board. And that's what it looks like from the bottom. I am definitely taking suggestions on improving on this, the way that I built this. But that's basically it right there. And like I said, this run here is for the right side. That's my cool little power amp thing. Very small and compact. Unfortunately, it only uses banana plugs, which I don't feel great about, but that's what powers these speakers. So I got a nice stereo sound. And then this run up here is for the right side. And so, voila, here is the finished product. And then when it's all said and done, I get to do this.